Eighth grade. Part two of our practice is going to be the letters N and E, obviously, for Northeast. So I'm going to take you through not only outlining this, going around the contour of the letters, but also how to do some 3D work, how to give it a closing outline, and then an extra outline using some arrows, which are super common in graffiti, and possibly some other things that we're going to do on the inside of the letters called accents or fills. Okay, so you have your practice sheet. You are going to use this to see how your letters should look on here. So check out your N and your E. This time our letters are going to be touching each other, which means they have to work off of each other. So I'm going to start with my N. I'm going to make it nice and fat. Okay, far away from the original letter that I printed out for you. Then, instead of going all the way around the E, I'm actually going to start from the edge of the letter next to it. Like that. So I actually saved myself a little bit of work. Okay. Now, it is important during that step that you draw nice and light because you're going to be erasing a couple parts of this. Okay? So now what we're going to do is we are going to cut this thing in half. Say what now? Well, that's how I do this. Forget that these letters are here. Okay, in your project, you're going to erase these. I'm just going to draw kind of a line going across letters through the middle, and another one beneath it that's kind of the same. And then I'm going to erase the bit of line that is in between them for both letters. And now we have effectively sliced our letters in half. Very cool. All right. So our next step, again, we're going to be taking some stuff away from them. So what I'd like to do now is I'm going to go to the edge and I'm going to think of a shape. Okay, now it could be a circle or a square or a rectangle, whatever. But in this case, these letters are curvy. So I'm going to go with some kind of shape that has curves in it. I'm going to use the edge of the letter as part of the shape. You want to do this in maybe 2 spots in each letter. We're only doing it on the top half of the letters. Okay, so now I've done 2 for each. I'm going to erase the original part of the letter that's in between the edges of my shape. There you go. So now I'm going to move to the bottom, and I'm going to do, I think, just an accent shape. And I'm going to do that in sets of 3. For our project, we're probably going to end up doing circles or ovals, so let's do that. And they can be anywhere in the letter you want, usually along the edge, large, medium, and small. Now, our next step is to make this thing look 3D. To do that, we're going to go along the bottom of the letters, and you're going to look at these lines right along here. And you are going to repeat them coming off the side of the letter. Nice and simple, and then meet up like that. And then connect the corners. Instant 3D. So now we have a little three-dimensional part at the bottom. Now, we're going to give this guy an outline relatively close to the letters. So again, with the contour, we're going around the outside edges of our graffiti. Okay, so now we've enclosed the space behind these letters. Okay, so all of this is now background. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add some arrows to this. Again, I said arrows are commonly used in graffiti. They help the eye move around the piece and point you in different directions. Okay? In this case, what I want you to do is you're just going to start by drawing a very, very light arrow. You're going to point away from the middle. Okay, so I've done 4. Here, 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 and here. What I'm going to do next, I'm going to go around them. This time, I'm going to use a sharp outline, meaning there's going to be corners instead of curves. See that? Around we go. And then I'm just going to connect them and give this thing a whole nother outline. This time I'm actually using corners. 2 more arrows here that I got to work with. And there you go. So the outline that I did is actually kind of opposite this nice curvy flowing thing on the inside. And what that does is that helps this become the focal point. Okay? So it's not all just a bunch of curvy lines like a target going around each other. Last thing I can do now is I can erase my little practice arrows. And then this piece would be ready for color.